Hi guys, 2XKO just revealed a brand new developer update, and honestly, this might be one of the most ambitious mechanics we've seen in a modern fighting game in years. The mechanic is called Teamfight, and this is not just another balance update, not just another new assist, not just another small meta shift. This is Riot fundamentally experimenting with how a tag fighting game can actually feel, because for 7 full seconds, both players can have both characters fully active on screen simultaneously, not as a quick assist, not as a tiny combo extension, not as some cinematic super animation. I mean literally two characters running at you together while both players improvise offense in real time. And visually, this already looks insane. The screen becomes complete chaos in the best possible way. Pressure, movement, hit effects everywhere, both characters surrounding the opponent simultaneously. And honestly, I genuinely can't remember another traditional fighting game doing something exactly like this before. The closest comparison I can think of is probably Super Smash Bros., because in Smash, everybody is active on screen at the same time from the beginning, but in traditional fighters, even tag games usually still follow some kind of one main character active structure. 2XKO is now partially breaking that rule, and that's a very big deal. To activate Teamfight, both teammates need one super bar each. Then you press the team button plus any normal attack button, and both characters immediately enter Teamfight mode. And honestly, I already know what's gonna happen. People are going to watch this and instantly split into two groups. The first group will say, "This is the hypest thing ever." The second group will say, "How am I supposed to defend against this nonsense?" And honestly, both reactions make sense. Because at first glance, this mechanic looks absolutely terrifying. Two coordinated players attacking you simultaneously sounds like a complete nightmare, especially once strong players optimize setups, pressure rotations, and corner control. But Riot actually added several restrictions that are smarter than people probably realize initially. During Teamfight, certain mechanics become disabled. No tag launcher, no assists, no retreat actions, and most importantly, no ultimates, which honestly makes perfect sense. Because if two characters could pressure you simultaneously while also threatening layered ultimate setups, the game would probably become unplayable instantly. There's also another very important balancing restriction. The assist character during Teamfight only hits mids, which means no instant layered high-low blender from both characters simultaneously, and trust me, that limitation matters a lot, because without that restriction, defense would become borderline impossible. Instead, Riot seems to want Teamfight to feel more like controlled chaos rather than unavoidable offense. And then comes the counterplay, which honestly surprised me, because Riot explained that every successful hit you land against the teamfight players reduces the teamfight timer, and if you successfully land an ultimate, teamfight immediately ends. That is actually a really smart system, because it means defending against teamfight is not just about sitting there and blocking forever. The game actively encourages you to interrupt momentum and fight back aggressively, and the developers also mentioned something fighting game players call a happy birthday. For newer players, a happy birthday basically means hitting both enemy characters simultaneously with one combo. Normally that already feels amazing in tag fighters, but with both characters fully active during Teamfight, those moments are probably going to become absolutely ridiculous. And honestly, probably extremely clip-worthy too. But what I find most interesting about this update is not only the mechanic itself, it's what Riot's philosophy behind the mechanic reveals. Because the developers openly said something very important. They noticed during the alpha tests that 2XKO feels best as a duo experience. Not just because of gameplay, but because of communication, improvisation, shared hype moments, team synergy, and learning together. That's huge. Because Riot clearly understands something many fighting games struggle with. A lot of casual players do not stay because the experience becomes lonely. Traditional fighting games are often, you lose, you queue again, you lose again, and eventually, people quit. But 2XKO is trying to build systems around social interaction itself, which brings us to another massive feature announced in this update, Find a Duo. And honestly, this might secretly become one of the most important features in the entire game, because now you can literally search inside the client itself for another player who also wants a duo partner. The game will pair you together, and immediately after that, you'll have built-in voice chat. That's actually massive for a fighting game, because now people can actively learn together in real time, discuss strategies, coordinate teamfight setups, practice synergy, or simply have fun together. And yes, obviously people instantly think about toxicity too. That's online gaming. Behind a keyboard and behind a steering wheel, people suddenly become very brave. Everybody knows that. You will absolutely run into toxic teammates eventually. That's unavoidable. But realistically, most people will probably use this feature with friends or with people they regularly queue with. And honestly, the positives probably outweigh the negatives heavily here, because this kind of communication creates attachment to the game itself, and that matters a lot, especially long-term. This update also feels important because Riot is not only designing features for tournament players, This is important for casual players too. Actually, maybe even more important for casual players, because a casual player might not care about tiny frame data changes, but they will care about, yo, jump online, let's run Teamfight together. That is powerful. That creates memories. That creates funny moments. That creates social clips people share online. And honestly, that is probably exactly what modern fighting games need more of. Not only competitive depth, but social stickiness. Features that make people want to come back together. And that's why I think this update matters way more than people currently realize. This is not just another patch. This is Riot experimenting with the future identity of fighting games themselves. And honestly, I'm very curious where this goes next.
Wait for Leffen to do something, dash cancel, or the dash cancel didn't come out the first time. Chip damage is, imminent. Yeah, forced him to pop the Fury of his own, lands it, swings in with the overhead. Yeah, Noon now looking at the retreating guard gets caught low, and Super Noon is in winners finals.
Thank you guys for watching my video. If you are interested in more, check out my channel, and if you want to support me, check out my sidestepping tutorial playlist.